in the same period of time and get something that's the same. Yeah, it's like sulfurous, exactly. Like, yeah, sulfurous. That's actually such a great example. The sulfuron hammer. Why would anybody waste their time crafting the sulfuron hammer whenever they could do they could just get a weapon from MC that's almost as good? And I think the economy in general is problematic because of the way that resource requirements compound on each other. So in order to make orichalcum, you need a lot of star metal. In order to make a star metal, you need a lot of steel. And if you need to make steel, you need a lot of iron. So what does that mean? Well, you need a lot of fucking, a lot of fucking iron to make one orichalcum. And in my opinion, I think it's not a fulfilling progression curve when the resources that you unlock have less value than the resources that you were already farming. And then of course you have like, yeah, a lot of the like furnishing professions, stuff like that are just completely broken.
Going to get worse as more players level into a bracket where they become affected by it. Next up is expeditions. This requires me to explain how they work for those that have not progressed far enough yet. Expeditions are an integral part of the PvE experience. I would actually assert that they are a massive chunk of what you will be doing both mid and end game, because they have unique bosses, mechanics, and locations, while also dropping good gear and helping break up the monotony of open world boss farming.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'll cover that one soon, because it's an absolute joke. Expeditions require tuning orbs, which are a sort of key to the dungeon. The problem? Tuning orbs are bind-on pickup items that require high crafting skills to make. That means you need to have someone physically in your group in order to do them who has trained those particular skills, like stone cutting, for example. Seems fine so far, but wait until you learn that some of the components for those tuning orbs come from corrupted breaches. Well, corrupted breaches are another large chunk of the endgame, so that makes sense. And you need the corrupted chunks or fragments or whatever they are, the top tier ones, which are also bind on pickup. Well, wait a second, because the corruption portals are broken right now and can't be closed because nearly every single player in the game has an Azoth staff glitch that locks them out of both the 55 and 65 level variant types. Well, that's not good, because the corruption breaches and PvE expeditions are one of the main sources of endgame gear. Combined, I would argue they're actually the majority of endgame content, and they don't work, leading to a complete stagnation in available activities post level 60. Keep in mind, like or dislike, you...
Yeah, I think this is a problem. It's definitely a problem, but they are changing this, and now that they are fixing the glitch with the corruption system and like the tier 5 Azoth staff, we'll see how easy it is to make the Lazarus and Genesis keys. And I think that'll give us a better idea as to whether the tuning orb system needs to be tuned. Yeah, thankfully, this will at least be fixed, and it will be working as intended, which does not necessarily mean that it will be good, but it will be working in the way that they intended it to. Why run Lazarus and Genesis though? There are 66 bosses, which means that they can drop higher item level gear. Crafting keys is a bad idea in the long run. 10 corrupted lodestones for 1 Genesis key, that's hours and hours of farming. Yeah, that could really suck, because then nobody's ever going to want to do the dungeons. Like, I don't think that it's good design to just have to spam corruption portals all the time. Like, the dungeons, Lazarus and Genesis are pretty good dungeons. They're probably the best dungeons besides Starstone. Like, I think that they're better than Dynasty Shipyard for sure. Because, like, it's not really, like, good content. Like, the corruption breaches and everything you guys are going to see. There's going to be, like, 40 people running around AoEing down the level 65 mobs that are going to be alive for, like, 3 seconds. That's what happened on the beta. Yeah, you won't even get credit sometimes? Yeah.
You benefit me and this video, but what's even more important is realizing that this criticism is not a function of me complaining that the content doesn't exist. It's me claiming that the content does exist and is there, but it just doesn't fucking work. The PvE and crafting is
they fixed
broken,
that, which
and
is
when
good.
added to an economy that has no actual basis in financial reason or logic, it creates a gameplay environment that is incredibly frustrating. Speaking of economic balance here, having heard from an ex-member of mine who now runs with a different company on the same server, the taxation framework in New World is bleeding companies dry. The taxation frequency and values are contributing to a downward spiral where companies can't afford to participate in certain systems because the gold just isn't there. And this problem was nowhere to be seen at launch and was impossible to really gather feedback on pre-release because it takes time to understand how those values will interact.
Well, it's easy to tell that. In the beginning of the game, most people are going to be going out and killing NPCs all of the time. It's the same as like a new expansion. Like in a new expansion, you're going to have a ton of BOEs injected into the economy because it's like a WoW expansion, because that's whenever everybody's going to be out in the world and doing things. So as soon as people stop going out in the world because they reached an apex in the game, they hit max level and they're pursuing something else or whatever, then you lose that gold that's being injected into the economy. So basically, you're having deflation because the amount of gold that's in the economy is going down.
Oh, also, the other aspect of mid/endgame PvE, which is invasions, that's gatekept by companies to such an extreme degree, using the systems Amazon has deliberately designed, it's unlikely that most people will ever even get to participate.
I don't think this is fundamentally a problem because those companies are the ones that secured those resources in those areas themselves. I think that the main problem there is the fact that there's not an alternative for other people that want to have some form of organized PvP content. Like, for example, if Outpost Rush was available, I think you would see less than half as many people complaining about the wars and getting picked for wars because they can just go play Outpost Rush.
This is someone who has and can participate in many different invasions, which are a fun aspect of the game with decent rewards, and I also say it as someone who enjoys that activity and wants more people to get to play it. One of the best parts of Endgame, the last pillar standing that isn't unplayable and broken like expeditions and corruption breaches, literally, is gate-kept away from most players.
Yeah.
So PvE is completely botched in the endgame because two of the main systems, the biggest systems, in their entirety just don't work, and the third is denied for most players. But it gets exponentially worse because that's only PvE. For PvP, I find it hard to even express just how dysfunctional and broken the game really is. But
at least they're fixing the corruption portals. And fixing the corruption portals should add more tuning orbs into the economy, but they shouldn't be afraid to reduce the resource cost for the tuning orbs. Because I think that the way of farming gear out in the open world is not fun. Like, it's not fun attacking an NPC that there are 30 people around trying desperately to do enough damage to be counted on the kill window and then not receiving loot because too many people were attacking it and then waiting for it to respawn again. It's just dog shit. Why don't they make tuning orbs sellable? It doesn't matter. If tuning orbs are probably too hard to make. That's why I wasn't getting boss kills. Yeah, so you have to join a group and do enough damage. Like, in the preview event that happened last year, the only thing that you had to do to get credit for a kill was to tag it once. And then for whatever reason, Amazon decided that that's too easy, which I didn't like that. I thought it was very simple. You hit it once, you get credit. It's that simple. Now they have this weird damage algorithm that determines whether you get credit or not. It's the same in Final Fantasy 14 now. Really? So you're saying that in Final Fantasy 14 there's PvE body blocking, and also in order to progress your character you need to AoE down a boss, and also whenever you do that there are only so many people that can receive loot, and that number will be decreased by the amount of people that are around you that you have no control over? No, that's not the way that it works. It has nothing to do with Final Fantasy at all. It's a terrible comparison.
I'll do my best here. In the background right now is a clip of the PvP experience when teams decide to exploit. I've talked about it before, and it's still a
every
thing.
time.
Well, what about Amazon's response to this? Their response? I don't know how the hell this ended up being a thing, but their response was to stealth nerf all AoE abilities, which completely gutted their ability to heal or do damage, but didn't solve the lag problem. Instead of having AoE abilities stack, they now conflict. That means multiple healers are just overriding each other, and Ice Gauntlet users are just canceling each other's abilities. And it's not the strongest instance of the ability or the greatest value or damage number. It's just whatever most recent ability was cast, which means in a 50 versus 50 war, you are probably never going to get reasonable damage again with most AoE abilities. But the lag exploit, the thing this was designed to apparently cure, there are still ways to do it.
If the game is falling apart on 50v50, whenever I had watched a video of Ashes of Creation have a like 100 or 80 or 100, I forgot how many people were in that one battle, and not have any lag at all, this is a problem with the engine. Like if you, and also like, and Ashes of Creation like is unironically a small indie company. Lumberyard engine, yeah, it's Lumberyard engine because obviously it's made out of wood. That's the way it looks like whenever you play the wars. It's laggy and dysfunctional. Advertise 50-50, be unable to use it. Yeah, exactly. It's like WoW at least has, WoW had the, what's the word for it? The humility to admit that they can't run 40v40 anymore because the servers are still being run by the same hamsters from 2004, and they've been dead for 12 years now. So what they did is they just reduced the amount of people that can queue into things like Ashran. Problem solved. But New World didn't do that. New World kept the 50v50, and what ended up happening is you have a situation like this where people are just getting lagged out. Server side, not client side, so it's not an engine problem. Okay, well it's not a player problem either. Like individual players, it's not because their computers are bad. Like I don't really care about like whether it's an engine problem, an ISP problem, or whatever. There's clearly a problem that this game has that other games don't have. Like I don't really care about like what the technicality is. It's not my job to understand the technicality. It's a relatively new game, give it the benefit of the doubt for now. This was a problem last year, and it was raised by here. So we're about to sign up for the war. Going. Look at the chat. Going in. To be fair, they're excited there because it's actually doing well. Come on. Got him. There it is. There it is. It was laggy even then. Going over here. Going over here. I wonder what happened to my camera. Oh, this was this on another? I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to make him defensive. Wait, just trying to push him into defensive. Okay, there we go. All right, let me go into here. Look how laggy this is. Yeah, it was on this account. There it is. All right, that guy. I got some damage off on that, but he caught me. Oh, I didn't switch weapons. We actually need some help here. See if I can get some more points where it's like really laggy. Good. What is this, dude? Oh my god. Yeah, no doubt I'm killing somebody. Alright, I'm gonna move in. That shit was so fucking fun, dude. There it is. Okay, I hit one guy. It's not really that much. So the first war that I did was actually so laggy and so bad that they had to, it must be the game that's unoptimized. Yeah. In the backyard and snap. Like, everybody was, like, talking about how fucked up it was. Yeah, it was a real problem. Let's see. I'm just looking to see, like, what the comments were last year. Little 7 days ago, hype, best game in the world. It was boosted level 42, 49 minutes. Game's trash in so many ways. See, like, I was saying what was wrong with this game last year, bro. Last fucking year. I was saying the same shit. General May purchase 67. Oh, another person who thinks that I was paid to play the game. Let's see here. That's about it. Okay, let's watch the rest of it. Yeah, it's just yeah. These were problems. What I'm saying though is like these were problems in the game that persisted. Fucking into the like if anything I think that this is probably better. Boom. So if you can imagine this, the game has somehow gotten worse between now and a year ago. Like imagine that. It's where it's yeah, you were able to use 3 weapons back then. That's insane. More people, you derp. Were wars 50v50 back then? Let me see. I think that they were. Yeah, am I wrong about that? Yeah, okay, so it was 50v50. So, I mean... Oh, in the title, yeah. Well, it says it right there. We're in the group. So, it wasn't just, it wasn't because there were less people. Who said that? Yeah, who is this guy? Oh my god. Man, the guy who said that, I probably should, but it doesn't matter anymore. You were so young back then? Yeah, I was. Just a young boy. Alright, here we go.
Absolutely genius. However, that's nothing compared to what comes next. It turns out, if you shrink your game down to a window and then click on it while dragging it around the screen, you become invulnerable. Oh. You literally cannot die while you drag the window around. Footage in the background right now on video. And that might be hilarious and stupid, but the problem is rooted so much deeper it should be immediately alarming to everyone. You don't just
Ooh.
become invincible, you actually physically lock in place no matter what. For instance, if you are falling, you just stop and float there, midair. This can go on indefinitely, and the reason it's so ridiculous is because it indicates that client-side authority is absolute. The initially discovered lag exploit, that was client-side too, because you
That is insane. So people speedrun to 60 in 2 days, then complain about no in-game. Only problems that come up is with that. Really. So let me get this straight. It's not the game's problem for being bad. It's the player's problem for playing the game. So the player is at fault for playing the game. Well, yes, he's wrong. This guy this is an idiot. This guy is trying to play the game. It's the player's fault for trying to play the game. You play the game too fast. Oh my god. Yeah, just don't play the game. You won't get bugs. There you go. It's that simple. Oh my god. Amazon skimping on server power? Oh, I would have never expected Amazon to try to save money.
You can actually still do things on your own screen, but actions aren't executing for other people.
No.
That kind of client-side control is horrifying because it means there is an immeasurable amount of influence that can be exerted over the game by individual players a million separate ways. The
Oh, boy.
invincibility, that's just the start. There's more to come.
Another response from this person, this individual. Game has literally been out for 3 weeks. You're constantly bringing up bugs in alpha and beta. They're fixing game-breaking bugs as you complain. Do you really think they're going to stop updating the game? Glass half empty, Asmon 24/7. So you're saying that, wait a minute. So am I at fault for bringing up bugs that have existed in the game for a year? Like, is this what? So you're saying I'm wrong? Like, I should not be bringing up bugs that were in the game a year ago and are still in the game? Like, I'm just trying to get an idea. So, like, if a bug has been in the game long enough, it's just not a bug anymore. It turns into a feature. How does this work? What game-breaking bugs will still be in the game after tonight? Probably the I would say mob tagging is probably bugged. Let's see. What are the lag? Yeah, the lag as well. There's no outpost rush. Outpost rush is still not in. Yeah, outpost rush is not in the game. That's a really big bug. I would say that's a huge bug. Gems might not work. The light armor bonus might still be dysfunctional. That's possible. Resource acquisitions could still be bugged, where certain resources don't exist in drop tables. We don't know if these things are going to be fixed because there are undocumented changes that happen. But I will assume that they won't. There's also going to be NPCs that reset. Like those NPCs in Nilo Village. That could still be in the game tomorrow. I think that's a bug. Let's see, on loot tables, yeah, there's that. And Shroud needs his legendary bowstring, which may still be broken. Yeah, there's that too. Body blocking in PvE, that's unfortunately not a bug. That's a design decision. Patch notes are out. Oh, I've already read all the patch notes. Dungeon chests only giving 500 gear score items, not your watermark. Oh, I haven't had that happen. I thought I actually got higher than that. A lot of stats over a certain threshold are bugged. Yeah, and like the other bug with like 250 strength, increasing the length of the swing timer for players. Like these are all bugs. Malevolence boss doesn't spawn. Wait, he doesn't spawn? I'm pretty sure he does spawn. Didn't you kill all? Because we spawned him the other day, man. It's not that he doesn't spawn, it's that he spam resets. First bug was complaining about tagging design. Constantly complained and played for 14 hours. You stopped listening? Well, I think that you probably if you stopped listening, you probably also stopped playing the game at level 20 if you think that these other things don't exist. Yeah, I think that the tagging bug is definitely an issue. It's impossible to tell whether you have tagged an NPC or not. You don't know if you're going to get credit for a kill. It's completely unknown to the player. Yeah, and then to require a quest that spawns 1,000 ghosts. Yeah, that's an issue too. Tagging bug is a huge bug for healers. Once boss wasn't in on my server, looked at another server, didn't have it. Response says it'll be fixed within 72 hours. Hopefully it will be. Light armor doing 8% instead of 20. Strength going, yeah, delay on stam regen. Yeah, it's just weird that people want to make an excuse for something that's broken. Like, you don't gain anything from admitting this is dysfunctional. There's nothing that you lose. I think this person... Let's see. Hit experience is level dynamic. They already optimized crowdedness in cities. You're literally cherry picking data mined info. So that's by design 10 minutes ago. Oh man, how can somebody be so... How can somebody not understand... Like, it's very simple. Like I wish I could, like, one really good thing about like the WoW forums or something like that is that you can just pull up somebody's armory and you can instantly verify if they have any credibility. But unfortunately on Twitch, you cannot verify if people have any credibility. But I can guarantee you, if you think that there are only a handful of bugs, you are probably level 35. Yeah, you have not played the game as much as I have. You don't understand the problems the game has. And because of that, you think that they are not problems.
Mark my words, people will, if they haven't already, discover duping glitches, which absolutely existed pre-release and probably still exist right now and are happening. We'll see, they'll blow up eventually. Further PvP exploitation, speed hacks, and more, because changing values or manipulating the interface client side is extremely easy to do. Whenever a territory flips, whenever a war is won or lost, you have no idea if it was legitimate or not. It probably wasn't, to be real, and that is a central pillar of the game. Territory control affects taxation, economy potential, Azoth prices in a world where Azoth is already a frustrating mechanic by itself, and more. When the PvP system is totally and completely undermined to a degree where it cannot be considered even functional and needs to be immediately disabled, how can we rightly sit here and say anything other than the game isn't ready? Because that's all I can really say. I didn't even go deeper on dozens of other problems, like how numerical values are almost all universally wrong. We're in Anthem territory here. No joke at all. We actually are in Anthem territory. The light armor 20% damage boost, it's not 20%. It's between 7 and 13%.
Yeah.
The fire staff abilities like Rune of Helios, they aren't 30%. They're 22%, as per one user's testing on Reddit. And critical hits only do...
Someone said, the individual said, have you ever fought in a war since beta? Same principle should apply then, right? The other day you said you don't know shit about PvP, that's why you don't speak on it, yet you're so critical of the wars, which have improved a lot. Guys, do the wars have lag in them or not? Whenever a lot of players get together, do they lag out or not? They do? Okay. I mean, that settles it. I mean, okay.
30% increased damage instead of 60% with light armor as opposed to heavy because it's completely broken and nonsensical. Having 300 intelligence for a fire staff, broken, doesn't provide what it should. Having
That's
over
cute.
250 strength, broken, slows down animation time instead of speeding up stamina regen, and some servers are jumping forward in their own internal clock time, leading to like 15 downgrades for territories all at once, then the server crashes, and I don't even have the lung capacity to describe just how many things are broken in this game. Final point, the community in New World is absolute garbage. That's a broad strokes generalization, so let me elaborate a bit while I farm those dislikes. Not every company is made up of awful people or exploit driven.
So yeah, that's definitely true. It's not a 25 FPS slideshow like your YouTube video is. They've done 2 live patches to fix exploits and even did live shutdowns and fixes. You act like they just do nothing when, as far as I've seen, they fixed everything in a timely window since launch. Why would I blame the FPS issues on the game? So I know you probably don't remember what happened, and do you know why they cut out the war and then they immediately the stream did not actually crash? I think actually maybe it did, I don't remember. The reason why they cut out the first war that I did is because it was really laggy and something went wrong with my computer, I'm pretty sure. So that was my computer. What I was showing here was that the wars actually have
numbers here.
The wars here have better lag tolerance than the wars have now on live servers. Look at all these people fighting with relatively no lag at all. These look better than the current wars. Yeah, imagine that. That's what my point was. The frame rate that I would have. So to a certain extent, I think PUBG is a really good example of this. PUBG is very badly optimized, or it used to be back in like 2017, 2018. I don't know if it still is now, but PUBG was absolutely garbage optimization back then because of the way that the assets were added into the game. But New World does have a certain degree of that, which is why people were complaining about the graphics cards burning up and everything. But besides that, frame rate issues are not fundamentally a problem with the player. They could be in many regards a problem, with the game. They're in many regards a problem with the player and their stuff. More people now than in the beta. If they instance wars, that should fix the issue. I think wars are instanced, aren't they? I'm not really sure. Seemingly no life staff spam effects, and there's no ice gauntlets back then. Could be a particle effect issue. Yeah, you're right. It could be that. That's why they had them reset each other. Yeah, you could be right about that. They're actually not. They're in the open world. They're in the same world. 100% instanced. It's hard to say. I know like Spriggan isn't instanced, but you're in like a closed environment that nobody else can get into. But yeah, all I'm saying is that there is a lot of lag, and I think that's evidenced by the amount of people who are saying that like the wars have a ton of lag. That's really all I'm trying to get at. I'm surprised that I'm even having a single person who's trying to debate that, honestly. "100% open world." Yeah, that does make sense based off that logic.
Losers, but the game intrinsically rewards, incentivizes, and caters to those who are the bottom of the social barrel. Most companies are fine, but unless you want to drag their window around, right, all around the screen for 30 minutes to win a war, unless that's your preferred tactic, or spam AoE abilities to glitch out the entire battle and fight statues with client-side lag, they are going to lose against whatever company decides to do it. In my review, I anecdotally discussed how one company on our particular server, the Enclave, was doing this exact type of thing, and little did I know they are actually very well known in other games for similar reasons. Their leader, Buzzcut Psycho, also known as Horrigan previously, has a bit of a track record in World of Warcraft. Their group was actually banned, I believe, for attracting the attention of a US congressman because of their propensity to do things like roleplay as KKK members.
I hate whenever people do this. Like the congressman guy does this. There's like 3 people that are in the game, and then like somehow this is Blizzard's fault. Like, this is not Blizzard's fault that 3 people did this. It's just it's so, I think it's so dishonest. Everyone gets grouped. Yeah, it categorically says like WoW players are racist because there's 3 people that are acting out some bullshit. Is it from PlanetSide too? Yeah, and I don't even know. Act as examples, generalizing other video games, racist and stuff. Yeah.
The group goes all the way back to PlanetSide and PlanetSide 2, where they trolled an in-game funeral for a developer, I think it was, saying things like, "We're glad he's dead." And even my simple mention of them in a review resulted in their members joining our Discord server to spam images of minorities being hanged and videos that contained similar material. I didn't even watch those videos. We filed proper reports to Discord, the whole 9 yards, and we got rid of them, banned them from the server, but I say this with the utmost sincerity. The Enclave, supported by YouTubers like Swole Benji, and led by people like Buzzcut Psycho, are the exact type of disgusting person that makes it possible for gaming media to demonize gamers at large. People like them make it feasible to brand massive chunks of the gaming community as Nazis and alt-right bigots because the things that they say and do, the actions they take, the morals they hold, it's incredibly hard to look at the full picture in context and say anything other than, yeah, they are pretty fucking awful people. The rest of it, I've said before, companies are still mass reporting to get key players banned.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, this probably is like a guild on his server that, like, I don't know about that. I have no idea. But overall, like, if there are people that are breaking TOS and like causing drama and like bullshit on a server, like, yeah, of course the developer should try to get rid of that as much as possible. Certain WoW, that was terrible. Yeah, I don't know. I like, the thing is, like, one person or whatever is like not really, like, this is a problem with like an individual, and like that's between him and Amazon. To me, like, I more just care about like the way the game works.
Before wars, but in true New World community fashion, they are also expanding that tactic because why not get someone banned for stealing your resource node?
No reason not to.
You can mass report for chat abuse and it works, so why not do it? People are getting banned for anything, really, because all it takes is a group of coordinated assholes to mass report and you're gone for 24 hours. And the appeal takes more than 24 hours, so you just get temporarily banned for whatever the bigger group of dipshits thinks you should be banned for. It's a disaster. The game...
And the problem is that, like, there's the odds are that they might not have a way to like reverse engineer and see who filed the reports on each person, or they might not have the resources to figure that out and reverse ban people. Like, in my opinion, I think anybody who tries to false report somebody and like actually like successfully false report somebody and it's found that they were doing that, like, let's say everyone in one company at the exact same time false reports somebody and you can't see why, I would say permaban every single one of them. Like, just delete their accounts. Yeah, delete their account. It's obvious what they're doing. Like, that should be like I cannot see a single reason why a absolute, immediate, complete permaban would not be fair. What if they see a clear hacker? Well, that's why they would have to see, right? Because like you would report the individual for like language or something like that, and if you parse through the person's language and they're not saying anything, then it's pretty obvious that this was a coordinated report.
Is a disaster. The balancing is a disaster. The PvE is half broken, and by broken I mean it literally doesn't function, blocking out huge swaths of the content that actually does exist. So it's kind of even worse when you think about it. The PvP is botched, completely destroyed by exploits and bugs. Client-side control makes it unbelievably easy to cheat. People are getting each other banned for anything under the sun, and it's almost none of it is legitimate. The calculations are broken, and if you need one more example of what this game is right now, it's in the background. That is the state of New World. You can't do portals or expeditions. I mean, you can very infrequently, but it's really incredibly hard to actually get someone who has one of those orbs and then do it. Like, they can't actually be done in the way they're intended to be done. The wars are broken. The economy is fucked up. So what do people do? They spam farm world bosses where you just frantically try to get kill credit or snag a hit on the boss.
Yeah, I've done
as
this
you
one
zerg
so
the
many
content
times.
with no skill, no actual satisfaction, and you do all of it to participate in secondary systems that are, you guessed it, broken. New World is a botched game at this particular point in time.
Yep.
It's fun for a while, and if you plan to play it in the most casual sense,
You'll probably
sure.
enjoy it.
But
Yeah.
I decided that today I was going to use the channel to vent and make myself feel better, because I truly wanted this game to be great. I truly wanted to enjoy this game as my main title for weeks, months, even years, hopefully.
Yeah.
And what it is right now sucks. It sucks really bad. How do they fix it? Disable PvP immediately and until it can be completely overhauled. Do something to get the corrupted portals functional again.
I agree with that. If they still have the lag bug and everything whenever the game comes back up from the patch, I think that they should just disable any sort of wars. Like the PvP in general, I think they can probably just keep that in for like world PvP because it doesn't really matter. If you disable PvP, then everything stays how it is. Yeah, I think it's better for things to stay how it is than for people to be incentivized to exploit the game. Yeah, just like pause territory control until you fix it. Now, I know it's not fair to the people that are like trying to do the wars, but I don't think that it's a good idea to create an environment whenever cheating is so easy that you can do. There's no PvP, I won't play. Well, that's not what I said. I said that they should just pause the wars. Like world PvP and stuff like that, I don't really think is probably that big of a deal.
And as soon as possible. That is the only priority at this point in time. And either tie the economies together or stop the ability for them to be viewed from everywhere. All it is right now is a tedious, broken, fiscally idiotic puzzle board where you try to get around and do things at separate locations, while half the end game isn't even playable. And every single war is inherently a joke. I have no idea how people are defending this shit. I consider this the end of my New World coverage. I had initially planned to do a series of guides, but all I see now is the best DPS guide or the best crafting methods from other YouTubers. But these YouTubers are basing it all on numbers and bonuses that don't even compute correctly, thereby invalidating all of their content. What is the actual point here? I'll still play on my own a bit.
It's very obvious. I mean, the game is popular right now, and so they're making content for it because it makes them money. It's not really that. It's not that complex. Yeah, like if the video is gonna get views, then they're gonna make the video.
Certainly check out the patches. That much is definitely true. Because who knows, maybe they can pull off a miracle. But I'm done covering it because I have nothing positive to say anymore about this game. And I could have just shut my mouth and moved on without this video as well, that's true. But somehow I just kept getting annoyed, like holding in a sneeze. This was my sneeze. I'm done. Have a nice night.
What's the giraffe here for? What's he doing? Why? Why is he there? So,
and probably still
the video is a 43-minute video. I'm not gonna watch that. It's too long. So yeah, I think this is probably a good video. I liked a lot of the points that he made in the video. Obviously, I think that the bugs in the game are it's almost like it's a red herring, because even if all of the things that are bugged are fixed, the game still has huge problems. Like, it has problems accidentally and it has problems by design. So things like body blocking and expedition is a problem by design. Things like the corrupted breaches not working at 65, that's a problem by accident. So I think focusing on the problems by design, because the problems by accident, yes, it's embarrassing, pathetic, it should not be accepted at all, but it will probably be fixed at some point. Isn't it? It's pathetic that we as a gaming community need to have something removed from a game to not be forced to exploit. Shocking to me, people can't just do the right thing and not use these exploits. Zero responsibility or accountability as usual from the community, which is really shitty. Where do we draw the line between them giving... The thing is, like, a lot of these... Okay. If you leave your car unlocked and you leave it at, you know, like in a shitty neighborhood, at like a, I don't know, like an old abandoned Blockbuster, and then somebody breaks into your car and steals everything out of your car, yes, the person who stole everything out of your car is a piece of shit, and he broke the law, and he should probably maybe go to jail, right? Probably, I don't know. But like, either way, there should be something that happens, right? However, you're also kind of an idiot for leaving your car there. If you give people the option to do something bad, they will do it. This is not something that is specific to gamers. This is why all of these big companies save millions of dollars on taxes, even though many of them present a very progressive image. It's because it saves them money and it's beneficial. The only thing that you can expect people to do is to act in self-interest. And if you expect anything else from anyone in any circumstance, you will usually be disappointed. Unless you're dealing with like a close friend or probably a family member or something like that, you will almost always be disappointed. Yeah, Amazon is not the victim here. Sponsor reconsideration is important to us, so we consider watching the video. The Danny guy, I mean, I don't really, to me, like, the guy was quoted for saying that we need lag to win this war. He's saying spike, and we're talking about lag spikes. I think that this is kind of like the same logic that I used with like people that run private servers, is that somebody who engages in one form of unethical gameplay or one form of unethical business will probably engage in other forms of unethical business. So whenever I see somebody who is effectively view-botting their channel to the top of the directory, taking the slot of somebody who should be there organically by design of the website, effectively cheating on Twitch, I don't think that it's a jump or a stretch of the imagination to assume that they would also cheat in a video game. It's basically like, if I see somebody cheating in one way, I will assume that they are the kind of person who cheats. So, the truth is, like, it's going to be very hard. Usually the way that I make decisions is that I never really listen to what people tell me. I listen to what they're doing and what their actions... If somebody's actions benefit themselves, then the odds are those actions were by design. Usually, personal gain and coincidence, whenever those two things converge, it's not a coincidence. And this is just generally my perspective on life. Well, isn't that kind of person? Very nice and kind. Well, if he's so nice and kind, then why is he stealing a slot on the directory at the top from somebody else who earned it? Yeah. He wants it himself. Yeah. That's just like, again, I just assume that people are going to do what's beneficial for themselves. That's literally it. And how do you know him? Yeah, that's another good point, right? How do you know that he's not just telling you something else? Explaining system is something people do, nothing new. It's just like nepotism. Yeah, it's always going to happen. I'm his editor. That's nice. How do you feel about him stealing a directory slot from somebody who rightfully should be there instead by embedding viewers on a website? Yeah, as his editor, who makes content for him. If you buying streamers are a minute good anyway. I thought Ponyhoff got like a legitimate sponsorship after review bought it for years. Recently, I think it was actually with New World. Did the person give a response? I'm pretty sure they didn't. Yeah. Always convenient. He did not. No. I brought it forward to him. He declined the proposition, saying it wasn't legal since it was viewbotting. I argued that embedding wasn't viewbotting and was legal. It's like paying for ads. We work with the website and they give us an embed. So because you work with a second website, that means that you should have the right to steal viewers and steal directory placement from somebody on Twitch? So because you work for a New World website, you should be able to steal a directory slot on Twitch? Like, how does that make sense? Like, on an ethical level, how is that fair? And the point that I'm making here is that what I'm saying is that this is a person with a pattern of unethical behavior. And whenever there's a person with a pattern of unethical behavior, I will assume that if I had to guess and something new comes up, they're probably going to do something that's unethical. I think this is a completely reasonable expectation. Put the music back on. That's good. Zackrawrr is an embedded website he created. How is that different? Isn't it a strategy like paying for ads? So you're saying, so under that logic, because you're paying for something, then it's fair. So do you think that people should be able to pay for viewbots on Twitch and then be able to use those because they're technically paying for the viewbot on Twitch? So then it should be their entitled right to use it? Is that the logic you're using? Like, I'm not talking about FXtra Life. I think they're being scumbags too, but it doesn't have anything to do with them because they're not the ones that were, in my opinion, clearly exploiting lag in a war and then pretending like they didn't do it. Is being smart. The ones that come out on top do that. Oh, absolutely. I'm not arguing whether he's smart or not smart. Yeah, that's up to him. I don't really know him. He could be a nice guy. I'm Boston Reekwater saying trying to get me banned. Oh, I'm not. Yeah, you're not gonna get banned for that. New world viewership right now. Game's dying fast. Well, yeah, because the servers are down for maintenance. He responded, by the way? Oh, shit. Did I not see it? Let me see what he said. Let me take a look. Where is it? Oh, fuck. Where was it? I must have missed it. How did I miss it? God damn it. Absolutely not. They're not real viewers. Okay, so then... do you think... it's very obvious that... Do you think that the people that are embedded onto the stream in New World, so it's viewbotting, right? Do you think embedded viewers are real viewers? Yeah, very simple. Is this on Twitch now? Oh, I'm not saying... Listen, all I'm saying is that somebody's... You're missing the point that I'm making, right? Is that somebody is doing something that is... I don't care if it's against the rules or not. This is clearly an unethical thing to do. And all I'm saying is that this is a person with a pattern of unethical behavior who then in the future, I would assume... would also do unethical things because that's what they've done in the past. It's that simple. That's the only point that I'm making. I don't care if it's against the rules or not. That's between him and Twitch. Well, I'll give him one more response and then we can move on. I've been talking about this for a while. Someone's leaking. Concert. Yeah, I don't know about that. Overall damages the community. Yeah, of course. Like I don't really blame people for doing it in a way. One action does not make a pattern. We would reconsider the embed on our end. Perhaps you can grant us reconsideration and watch the first 5 minutes of video. I don't want to watch the video. It's you're not going to reconsider the embed because it's beneficial. You're not going to remove a 6K view bot. Like, just stop pretending like you will. Like, it's not going to happen. Like, I don't know who you think that you're trying to convince of something. I'm not a 4th grade teacher, okay? Like, I already made up my mind about this. Like, this is my opinion on it. The video and all of that stuff is just irrelevant to me. Yeah, I'm not an idiot. Okay, let's see here. I think he's doing something amazing no one knows about. Fucking clown. Well, the thing is, like, all I'm saying is that, it seems obvious that kind of stuff can happen. And you know what? There is a chance, and I'll grant you this, there is a chance that I'm completely off base. You feel like you were too quick to judge him on one clip on Reddit, and Reddit out of all places? There's a chance that I'm wrong. But I think the chance that I'm wrong is like 5%. Now, 5% happen. They do. They do happen. And I could be wrong. But I don't think that I'm wrong. It's that simple. I'm not about making sure that I'm right. Sometimes I am just pretty sure, and that's as good as you can get. Create his account just to post that and defame him. The guy who made the Reddit account created his account just to make the post and defame him. So you're conflating. I guess. All right. I'll make one more comment about this. You're conflating two different things. It doesn't matter who made the Reddit post. It matters if it's true. That's it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, it makes no difference. Somebody, a random person could have made the post. His best friend could have made the post, or his worst enemy could have made the post. And I don't care about who's making it. I care about what it is. How was he going to take down side in the story, which you don't have? Why would I want his side of the story? Like, I know what he's going to say, right? He's going to say that this is a term of phrase that he uses in other games, and it just happened to be conveniently the same phrase that's used with lag, and he uses this all the time, and it's just a big misunderstanding, right? Like, I mean, let's just speed run this conversation here. Like, I know what he's going to say. So his comments made it very clear that he did the lag on purpose to win 6 wars in one day. Yeah. He was point of view and didn't defend himself. Trusted it even less. Yeah, I mean, I understand the argumentation. I get it. I think it's a lie. It's literally that simple to me. Spike, I'm a huge volleyball fan, by the way. Yeah, exactly. Yes, but it's not grounds to dismiss the truth of the statement. In the reference video, at the beginning, he clearly says to spike the damage. So I guessed it then. So I literally, this is why I didn't want to have the conversation, is because I already have had it in my head whenever I thought about the issue the first time. See, I already knew what was going to be said. It was just a waste of my time. So if you want to use quotes, right? If he says we need lag to win this, and then he wins it with lag, don't you think that's a little bit of a coincidence? I mean, if you want to use a quote to little sussy, yeah, exactly. If you want to use a quote, doesn't that make more sense? Arguments like saying, why do you place your ice storm on point if you know it's going to lag? Well, I think that here's a better argument is, let's say there's like a toy that you could bring out in like Warcraft, and every single time you bring out the toy, it lags other players out for whatever reason, and somebody's bringing out the toy, and then they go out and they say, oh no, that's actually just my favorite toy, and I just happen to lag people out with it. No, I wouldn't buy that for a second. No, and this is the kind of, it's intellectual dishonesty. That's really what it is. The context matter though in that case. So didn't people say he won 6 wars in one day? Yeah, I'm curious about this. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I mean, after you do it the first time, what do you think's going to happen? I don't know. Like I've always been of the perspective that whatever is the simplest answer and whatever makes the most sense is probably what's happening. Occam's razor. Yep, that's probably what it is. Anyway, I've been talking about this for way too long. Let's go ahead and we're just going to look at this and go from there. Yeah, it's whatever to me. I'm going to look at this and then I'll look at the listen to New World soundtrack while we do it, since this one isn't working. There we go. That's good enough. Fixing corrupted breaches. Yeah, they are. That's good. I'm really glad they're doing that. It's a very big thing. Soundtrack's so good. Yeah, I really think the music in this game is great. I own Windsward by accident. What's this? There's too much to read. Okay, let's see here. Share the ghost ship I found while fishing. Wait, what the fuck?
Did you see that?
What the fuck, bro?
It goes away before you move.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
No, you don't see the fucking fishboat out there?
No way.
Ghost ship?
Oh my god. Look. What the fuck?
Did you see that?
That's badass.
If it goes away
Dude, that is
before you
so fucking cool, man.
Bro, all we know,
No, you don't
this
see
is
the
actually
fucking
a guy.
Hopefully
fishboat
this
out
means
there?
that we're gonna get this in the game at some point in the future. But I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Yeah. Music volume's too loud. Sure, I'll turn it down a little bit. There we go. That should be better. Alright. What's this?
You know why? Because I'm a real fisherman in real life. I know about all
Yo,
about the
can
drag.
I bring my boy? His name's Dynasty Menagerie. Trying to come behind you.
Go fuck yourself, bro. Dead as fuck, man.
No way you
Oh,
do
it sucks.
Oh my
You're a
God, you got
fucking-
no
That fucking
roof
sucks.
here,
Bro, I don't have the campfire saved, bro, because I didn't run here with Mitch.
Enjoy.
Oh my.
2K kilometer run. Oh my fucking god. Wow. Off my map already? What's this? Oh jeez, yeah. For a game built around PvP, it's frustrating how limited the opportunities for new players to engage in it in any meaningful way. Yeah, I think that they should do, this is one thing I wish they would do, is they could add Outpost Rush but make it for brackets and then scale everybody in. Like, for example, like have Outpost Rush from like level 20 to 40, or like level 10 to like level 30, or level 30 to 50, or something like that, or whatever, and have there be brackets, and then equalize everybody's level pretty much, right? With like maybe a 5% differential. Yeah, like I don't know why they have Outpost Rush only at 60. Like they have Warsong Gulch at level 19. Why can't we have Outpost Rush at level 19? Like gear score item level. Well, they can just equalize everything. They only have it at 60. Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Crafted this masterpiece yesterday. That's a big boy, I'll tell you that. That's a big boy. Damn. Roughly something. Wait, he's stun? Is he stun locking him? Wait, what? Oh my god. This guy's really good. That's impressive, man. It really is. I like that a lot. That's fucking badass. You have to hit all the shots, but it's great. Yeah, it's really cool. Economy dying, meanwhile, Everfall owners. Oh my god. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god, that's a lot of fucking money. That's a lot of fucking money, dude. I gotta join this company. Why is weekly taxes every 5 days? I think the taxes are too high. Because, like, you don't really, like, there's not really a lot of ways for you to make the gold. I don't know. Taxes in the game, yeah. I think that maybe there could be some taxes, but, like, at least cut it in half. Yeah, at least cut it in half, the pricing. And the rent is too, yeah, the rent's too damn high, exactly. Let's see. Fuck is this? 23 out of 1,000 days off. Yeah, the Azoth system is dog shit. It shouldn't have a cap. New World's potential, MMO vet perspective. I think New World has a lot of potential. I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah. Bro, what server is this? We should go here. Have you seen 13th Warrior? With Anthony Banderas, I think? Yeah, of course. I watched it whenever it came out. I watched it again recently too. Yeah, this is a great server, man. Yeah. Server's fairly balanced, yeah. That's the way it is until they add transfers, and then everybody's just going to transfer to a populated server. And that's what I think is probably going to happen. Got lucky with this pick. Nah, this is kind of whatever to me. I don't really care too much about the gear. Is that travel encumbrance should be percentage-wise? Not in absolute terms. Yeah, I agree with this. I think the encumbrance and the amount of barriers to fast travel and the Azoth requirement is just It's just a throttling mechanism that wastes players' time. That's it. It just wastes players' time. Top 5 what I would like or change. Okay. Items in your inventory shouldn't lose durability. It kills open world. I'll talk about that one after that. Very distinct music. Yep, those are good. Graphics, yeah. Expeditions I've done so far are really good. I think Amarine Expedition sucks. And I think that some of the other dungeons, almost all of the dungeons, have too much trash mobs in it. Yeah. Music's loud? How is the music always loud? There. Starstone can suck it. I think Starstone is the best dungeon. Depths is I feel like the dungeons have too many boring meat grinder pulls. It's like, okay, alright, we just get everything together and kill it. And then you get another group and you do the same fucking thing. 6 dungeons have I done? I've done all of them, pick word. I did all the Spriggan bosses and everything too, on the beta. Dynasty's fun. The last boss is a little bit, I don't like the way she telegraphs a couple of abilities. But overall, I think that it's good. You did mono? Wait, mono? What the fuck is mono? Monoshishius. What the fuck is that? I've never heard of that. Wait, I know I have not done that. Oh, wait a second. Let me see what this is. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this guy was a huge pain in the dick. They kill him? Yeah, they're gonna kill him. I didn't know it was Spriggan. Yeah. So basically, this boss, he does this. He, like, waves it around. So he does that. You have to, like, shift through him, and he can hit you from the back, too. And then he's about to heal right here. So he teleports away from the group, and then he puts a shield on himself that regenerates his health that you have to break. So right there. And so they're so fast. Like, these guys are so good at it. Like, my group fucked it up so hard. And also, like, you're looking at that damage. Like, he's doing, like, full damage and everything with it. That's really, really good. Last boss he did in Shattered. He's not in the game. In Shattered. I don't know what Shattered is. Oh, Shattered Mountain? Oh, that was, it was Commander Thorpe in the beta. And he was just, like, did the same thing that he did in the game normally. But yeah, basically he does, like, a couple of attacks there. And there's the heal. He's gonna heal again. And, like, these guys are really, really good. Like, this group is incredibly good. So basically you only have 15 minutes to kill this boss. And he has a lot of ads that you have to kill. Or not ads, it's the other one that has a lot of ads. Fire staff damage though? Yeah, he's vulnerable to fire staff, and you see how much damage it does there too. And he does that jump there, it does like 3,000 or 4,000 damage. It's actually pretty damn hard. Yeah, the group that I did it with, we had one guy that had like a 4-something weapon, and it was just like the wrong weapon. It wasn't that good. And like you can look at their buffs there, like he probably has a lot of damage buffs as well. Like this boss is actually quite challenging. Yeah, it's rough. Hatch it with the disease ability if you want to do it without fire staffs. Yeah, oh, with mending throw or whatever. Or not mending throw. Mending throw is the talent buff. Infected throw. The damage is insane. Yeah. Well, you have to understand, like, he's, like, the boss is super vulnerable. And on top of that, he probably has, like, a weapon coating for Angry Earth. And on top of that, he probably has another spell coating as well. I think there was Fire Mage in beta. He was, like, Omega nerfed in beta. He's a lot harder now on live servers. As someone who did him on live servers and also on beta. What do you get in the box? Where's the box? Open a box. Ah, it's pretty good. Oh, it's this guy. This guy actually has really good PvP videos. Yeah, if you want to watch somebody who does like really good Ice Gauntlet and like Fire Staff videos, like this guy is a god. I've watched a number of them. Bosses are linked to your watermark, so some people save them. Oh, it doesn't snapshot? Yeah, I didn't know that. You ever watch PS Hero? Yeah, I watch every single one of his videos. Items in your inventory. Oh, wait, what was this here? Trading post, UI. Repair parts, economy system sucks. True. Overwhelming presence of stagger effects in this game. As a tank, it's truly a pain. This is like a, this is an issue that I think that some people correlate clearing trash in games to the way movies and John Wick have made people clearing out dozens of essentially trash mobs in a sick montage. Thoughts? It's not John Wick. It's a video game. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's not... Yeah, nope. That's gonna be a nope for me. There's real cool guy as well. Let's see him too. Yeah, I watch a lot of videos and a lot of content, so I'm familiar with a lot of people. Yeah. So in general, with tanking and all that kind of stuff, if you make the tanking experience unfun, then people won't play tank because it's not fun. This is exactly what happened in Burning Crusade. In Burning Crusade, like classic WoW actually had a really fun tanking mechanic with like dual wield fury tanking. It was super fucking fun. But Burning Crusade sucks to tank. Like, it just sucks. Raid tanking is not that bad, but realistically there's not a lot that you can do as a tank except for maybe use a potion whenever you're about to die. There's like the skill gap between a good and a bad tank in Burning Crusade is not that big as compared to retail WoW, where a skill gap between a good and a bad tank is huge. So if tanking sucks, people aren't going to play tanks. And if people aren't going to play tanks, then nobody can do dungeons. So they have to make tanking more fun to play. Having to really actively tank works well? Yeah. It's one of the reasons why guilds don't like streamers in their guild. Most guilds don't like streamers in their guild. Wait, what is? DPS meters only bring toxicity. Oh, yeah, we had that problem actually with my guild in the back in the day. I had to stop showing my DPS meters. I actually had to stop raiding. Because like people are just like shitting on my viewers. Or my, what he's saying is like, in like certain guilds, like if somebody's streaming, like people will like send whispers to like, I was streaming in Nighthold and somebody would die on a boss and people would like whisper them and tell them they should die in real life. It was just, real interesting individual behavior. Yeah, it's just pathetic. It is very pathetic, but it's just, yeah. So I can understand that. But yeah, that's why I stopped turning on, that's why I don't have DPS meters on Final Fantasy. Players and mobs pushing each other is a real pain. Do you know if there's a plan on changing it? Yeah, I think that the amount of unintentional and non-consensual movement in this game is just way too fucking high. Like getting pushed around by mobs, then pushing around the mob, and it's like such an endeavor to do anything. Getting knocked back constantly just sucks. You can't position mobs, it's awful. Yeah, it just sucks. You got the new season, the Mastery update, they're adding Iron Man mode. Yeah, I'm glad they're doing it. Being pushed is the worst part. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's no fun. And I think tanking one singular mob in New World is actually interesting. It's really fun. It's a mix between doing damage, doing Dark Souls mechanics, and actually blocking and holding aggro. I think it's actually very well designed. Or not very well designed, but I think that it's good. It's fun. I enjoy it. But add in multiple mobs, and it just immediately falls apart. Which, like, for me, so many damn things are absolute trash about the game. Personally hate it, but I don't get the player count. Here's the reason why there's a player count. Where's Twitter? What are the popular games right now? People are tired of playing Valorant, League of Legends. What are the other new games out? What's the Back 4 Blood is new. Diablo Resurrected is new, but it's not new. Like, there's nothing else to play. So of course you're going to have a lot of people that are doing that, right? It's early morning though. Well, what are you saying? That people, like, the point that I'm making, Age of Empires 4, that doesn't come out until the 28th. That's not for a while. What new games? Yeah, there's no new games, number one. Number two, New World does have a lot of features in it that are good. Second channel Age of Empires 4 stream? Maybe. Yeah. Try to play Apex, best I've gotten a diamond. Yeah, well, I think people are just wanting a new MMO. And also, I think that New World does have a very good, and this it shows it, right, with the Steam charts. It shows that New World has an incredibly great casual player experience starting off. I think it's amazing. It's so well done. So it's not like, and this is what I've said before, right? It's like New World has nailed a number of things really well. That's why I maintain optimism, even though I'm extremely critical. Last 1 year, we'll talk about being good. I'm just saying there are some things that are good now. That's all I'm saying. I'll start. Yeah, I'm really excited for it too. Okay, let's see here. Items, your inventory shouldn't lose durability. Kills open world PvP. Yeah. OSC's repair costs completely unreasonable for the amount of gold you get. Master repair kit's cheaper. I think that repairing in a game is just a waste of time. Like having to repair your armor. Why? Like it's effectively just a gold sink or a resource sink. Like retail WoW doesn't have it. I don't think that's a problem, and I also don't think that noise made more than anything is that half the end game is not available at the moment. Oh, bro, I'm in the same place you are. Yeah, I'm in the exact same place you are. That's the same exact way I feel. I've been 60 for over a week. Probably 2 weeks now. I hit 60 like 5 or 6 days after the game came out. Same. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I played like fucking crazy. How many hours do I have? On Steam, which is not my actual hours. Can't log in for that. My hours on New World is 426. Yeah. Not including the other betas. Yeah, I played the other betas a lot too. No, that does not include beta. This is purely just the live game. But this is also counting like AFK time and shit like that too. You'll play for 250 hours, say where's my content? Yep, that's right. I played for 400 hours. I'm waiting for more content. It should be here. Yep. More content, give it to me. I'm ready. Feed me. Yeah, not from, yeah, that's another thing. Not for more content. Just the content in the game to just work. That's all. That's all I want. Just make the content that the game is supposed to have, make that content work. That's all. Do that, I'm happy. Okay. Yeah, the repairs in the game is just a waste of time and money. And items in your inventory losing durability is just, it's garbage. Why should an item in your inventory lose durability? Should items break? There's an argument that they could, but I think if you want to make items break, like a good example of a game. So a game that allows items to break, and I think it's okay, is Rust. But you can repair the item, but every single time that you repair the item, the bar, like, so this is the way it, like, let's say this is the whole bar, right? This text. So the first time you repair it, it's all the way. Or the first time you get it, it's all the way. And then second time, it's like here. Or first time, it's like here. You repair it once, it's here. 2, 3, 4, right? So you can repair it, but it's not going to last as long as it did. And that kind of happens over and over and over. Still feel shitty? It does, but obtaining the schematics and everything, or the blueprints for the weapons and all, is quite easy. There's like way less barrier to entry for doing that. Like I could go and play, I could craft a, can you make an M249 in Rust? I forgot. Can you use the blueprint for that? Like there are some that you can't, like a 16X you can't either. No? Okay, yeah. An AK? Yeah, let's say you're trying to make an AK. AK is it 50 HQM? What else is there? Is that it? No, I think there's more. Rifle bodies? Yeah. I could make that. I could farm the materials for an AK in 3 springs and a rifle body? Yeah. Less than an hour. Like, that's a joke. That's a motherfucking joke. Springs are found, to be honest? Yeah, you can find springs anywhere. They're in, like, the base barrels around, like, anywhere. You can craft springs? Well, there's no reason to craft springs, because you'd want to use that material on something else. And then, like, you want to make your 8X. 8X is another, I think it's like 20 or 50 HQM. HQM is so fucking easy to get. You just have to know how to get it. Yeah, it's easy to loot a spring. Get both springs easy. Yeah. You gotta get like 1,500 scrap though. Yeah, but that progress saves. outside of your workbench, after you get the scrap and you learn that resource, you have that locked to your character until server wipe. But the point that I'm making, right, is that in New World, the amount of time invested to receive an item is so much higher that making the item break would feel a lot worse. Underground train tunnel, make like 2 or 3 AKs an hour. You could do that. You could, I mean, like, honestly, bro, like, you could do dome runs and probably make 2 AKs an hour. You could probably just do dome runs if you get lucky with the military boxes. And of course, if you did something like oil rig, you could just fucking get as many as you wanted. How do we get to Rust? Well, all I'm saying is that the reason why I'm talking about Rust is the fact that, like, items breaking in Rust makes more sense because they're more disposable. Items are like consumables in Rust, whereas in New World, they're more attached to your character. And there's also another reason, like, why are we capped on repair parts at 2,000? Like, there are a lot of questions that New World I have for New World in terms of, like, quality of life. Like, why, and Azoth, why is Azoth capped at 100, or 1,000, excuse me, and why is this capped at 100, or 2,000? Will crafters start hitting 590 on basic Ori Chalcom items once they max their trophies, food, etc.? Yeah, it'll probably take them 2 more weeks to, like, fully have everything, like, you know, have all their ducks in a row. But yeah, people are going to be hitting Ori Chalcom items for like 610 regularly. 800 Azoth. Yeah, I think that there should be a threshold. Like, if you only get 1 Azoth, it shouldn't pop up. It should only pop up whenever you get 10 or more. Have to see legend material to hit that high. Oh, really? Oh, Asmodium or whatever? Well, it's a CD, but it's not really. It's like fucking it's like 10 a day. And once more people have the, it's not that many. Like Pee-wee does. I would love to sit down. Listen, I would love to sit down with the New World developers and just have a conversation about how I felt about the game. Right, that's it. And just talk about don't communicate that much. I think that they stopped communicating after they had the big fiasco with the store. Because, like, respectfully, no, I don't want to rip them a new one. I just want to explain, like, hey, you know, this is a problem. Like, I don't like this. Like, this is why I don't think it's good. And this is what I think is going to happen. And just, like, kind of give them my point of view. Because, like, the truth is, like, yeah, I get really pissed off whenever I'm playing the game. Like, in the moment, it's, like, really fucking annoying whenever something in the game goes wrong and it fucks me over. But the truth is that I'm actually a pretty reasonable person. And I can sit down and I can see these guys are trying. And there's a lot to do, and I understand that, but at the same time, there's much more to be done. If I stop communicating with players, I think New World has communicated quite a bit. It's been one of the reasons why I was always hopeful for the game, is the fact that they were so accepting and like reasonable with criticism and feedback. Should have listened to feedback. Yeah. You haven't implemented swimming yet? It's probably harder to do. And I think one of the reasons why they might not want to implement swimming is because they're implementing boats and they don't want people, they want your boat to be destroyed and then everybody just like dies. Like, I don't know. I think they should add swimming as well. And they should have swimming and just like have it deplete your stamina bar slowly. I feel like a lot of viewers share the same views about the game. Yeah. I think that a lot of people, if you were to ask anybody who, like, obviously there's going to be like Omega casual landies, right? The people that, you know, they're level 23 and they're having a blast. These people don't even know what the Azoth cap is. But if you were to ask, like, poll all level 60 players and say, do you think the Azoth cap is too low? I would assume you would get about 90% of them saying yes. You know, something with 20 pounds of armor on you. Yeah, I don't really care about the realism. And, like, you know what? It would be funny. Like, for example, it would be really funny if heavy armor made you sink to the bottom of the ocean and light armor let you swim. That would be fucking hilarious. Yeah, especially considering you increase your character storage capacity. I travel twice and I'm out of Azoth. Yeah, exactly. New World versus MMO. Don't know good from bad. They don't know content. No, they probably don't, but they'll know whenever they're not having fun. And that's the issue. Should be able to fast travel from anywhere instead of purposely dying to go back to town. Well, you don't want to die because items in your inventory lose durability. But yeah, I don't think that you should lose any durability in PvP. Like, like 0. I don't think it makes people not want to PvP because you actually lose something. You don't lose PvP durability? No, you do. Whenever you die in PvP, you do lose durability, although it's a lot less. But you die a lot more. PvP does durability? Yeah, like no game really does that. Inflation happening in the game due to lack of gold sinks? That would be deflation. And yeah, I saw the post about that. I think it's true. Devs made decisions in a fucking vacuum. No, I don't think that they made the decisions in a vacuum. I think that they didn't have... I think that they were unprepared for... They don't understand player... I don't know how to say it. They planned the first 2 weeks of the game really well because that's how long the betas were. But after that, the game started to go off the rails because that's what they didn't plan for. Now, anybody with a lot of insight into the game and an understanding for it could have predicted this to happen because all you had to do was just look at the way the resources interacted with each other and this would have happened. However, the developers didn't do that. My fix, anyone can carry up to 500 pounds without issue. When you carry over 500 pounds, you're forced to PvP flag. Anything extra, you drop on death. Wait, so then that's the worst idea I've ever heard in my entire life. Yeah. I don't want to have a risk reward in PvP. I just want to be able to PvP and play the game without having to worry and like get anxiety about playing the game. Oh my god, I might lose my progress. Just let people play the game. Yeah, just let people play the game. It's not that hard. The course of an MMO is unpredictable. I think that this course, this is like watching somebody drive into a tree at 5 miles an hour and you tell them, hey, you're gonna hit the tree, and they're like, no, I won't. And then like 10 minutes later they hit the tree. They're like, who could have predicted this? I mean, you don't know where the car's gonna go. No penalties ever game is boring. I disagree with that. I think that there are a lot of games that have no penalties that are quite interesting because the content is good, rather than them creating artificial anxiety loops with wasting your time, like Sekiro, like Final Fantasy, or like Dark Souls 3. WoW Arena, that's another one. So there's a lot of examples I can give. It's not about penalty, it's about incentives. Yeah. Do you think they'll add mounts? No, I don't think they should. I don't think mounts are the solution. I think that in 2 years, if the game is still going, and they've added 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 new zones, then yeah, they should probably think about mounts at that point, because the scope of the game is so much bigger that it would necessitate mounts. But based off of the size of the current map, I don't think mounts are necessary. Oh, it's ever painful. Hope this one isn't bad. Why bother repairing everything in your inventory? Someone does a shit ton of elite farming on the server, has a trash economy, salvage 90% of my elite farm drops. You're right. He's right. Why bother repairing everything in your inventory? Why bother somebody by having to make them repair anything in their inventory, I think is a better question. Why even have that? For me, like, I have, yeah, this is what I do. Situational weapons and armor. Like, I usually have a couple of gathering sets on me. I've got a luck set. I've got a couple of different weapons. Because I want to swap around and just play what I want to play whenever that time comes. How is running from 10 to 20 minutes locations not necessary? Is alt tabbing while auto run good game design for you? No, because I think that they should make fast travel easier. And that's what I was saying before. I don't think that mounts are the solution. I think that a better fast travel system is. It's not as constricting. Unclaimable zones to be perma PvP flagged. See, like, if they made the unclaimable zones perma PvP flagged, I just wouldn't play the game. Like, I don't want to deal with that. It's just, I just want to be able to play the game and not have to worry about bullshit. Same what the fuck. Yeah, I don't want, there are so, this is my perspective on PvP. Is that I don't like the fixation that a lot of PvP players have on trying to force people that don't want to PvP into PvPing. And I think that the reason why they want to do that is because they find it fun, which I can agree is sometimes fun, killing people who are less skilled or less geared in the game. Yeah, they want to flex on people, or they want to kill people who do not want to do PvP. They want to create a situation where this person is forced to let them kill them in PvP. People who want to PvP will flag for PvP. It's that simple. They want an advantage, yeah. Opposed to people that don't want to PvP? I think so too, right? Because, like, here's what I think they should do for PvP. Add in an arena. Like, add in arena so you can actually play and do PvP in an arena. 3v3. Just shit at PvP? Yeah, you're right. I'm not very good at it. And that's why I don't want to be forced into it by the game. I don't want to have to develop the skill and try to get better at PvP because I don't find it fulfilling. I don't really care about it. It doesn't matter to me. So if I have to do something that I don't want to do, I'm not going to enjoy that. It's that simple. And if I want to do it, I could just queue up for it in like a in a fair environment. Ninja nerf to life staff heals not stacking. It sucks. Yeah, that's all there is to it. Yeah, it's the same reason why like twinking pretty much died whenever they removed the or they made people have to turn off level experience, because most people didn't really care about having a fair environment and just playing at a lower level. They wanted to buy an advantage to kill players that didn't have as much gear as them. So it should be PvP server? Yeah, I think so. I think if they want to make a full PvP server where everybody is flagged all the time, outside of maybe like the first 2 or 3 zones, then I'd be fine with that. Sure. I mean, I don't see... I don't see a single reason why that can't happen. Focus of the game was always wars and open world PvP, correct? That was originally, and then they've kind of like refocused it. Let's see here. Definitely. Yeah, I have a lot of sets too. Repair kits repair everything in character and inventory. Yeah, it's the repair kits are. I'm not gonna waste my time with that. It's just stupid. When beta items inventory more damage and death, people are just suiciding as a way to fast travel. Damaging inventory put a stop to that, but as you point out, that causes other problems. If people are suiciding to fast travel, maybe there's a problem with fast travel and not a problem with people suiciding. Like, this is the type of game design, like the game design focus, that is a problem. I do that a lot. Yeah, it's just, like, they just don't get it. Never thought about suicide fast travel. It's amazing. Yeah. We did it all the time on beta. Dishes tag of designers, no idea what MMO is. Just went with the list of first cool sounding thing. Yeah. If you don't enjoy PvP, you're missing a point in a new world. It should be mainly played for PvP and less for PvE. Well, what do you mean by should? I don't know. I think that's like kind of a weird way to look at things. Like, I don't have a problem with them developing and making PvP content for the game, but it's like that just seems like this like weird, unnecessary gatekeeping. Like, yeah, why? The game should only be played the way I enjoy playing it. Yeah, there you go. There does need to be a penalty for death. Right now it's repair. Why? Why does there need to be a penalty for death? I mean, you're already wasting your time. Why does it need to be more than wasting your time? PvPers, Giga Chats. Listen, man. I'd like to see a lot of these really hardcore MMO PvPers play Valorant, an actual competitive PvP game, and see where they place on it. Yeah, 9 out of 10 of them are probably dog shit at video games, and the only reason they like playing MMO PvP is because they can buy advantages to use over other people. Fit once you figure out multiple sets of gear. Yeah, exactly. Economics in a game are bonkers. Yeah, the gold economy is an issue. Huge problem there. Papa Bear is a menace. True, actually. Yeah, true. Very fucking true. You and your feels tonight, man, seem kind of pissy. You're pretty dense for comparing those two games, Jesus. What game did I compare that upset you, Mr. Mojo? Let's see. Yeah, we'll see here. Go ahead. Virtua add mimics? That would be really cool. Yeah, let's see it. Valorant New World PP, the argument doesn't make any sense. Yes, it does. It makes perfect sense. What I'm saying is that the people that usually play MMO PvP are lacking of actual mechanical skill in video games, which Valorant requires and other first-person shooter games require. And they supplement that skill that they don't have with time invested and gold and some form of resource that they invest into PvP instead of that, because that's how they win, because they can't win on an even playing field. League and Dota isn't PvP? Yeah, I would say the same thing. Like, yeah, League or Dota, same thing. MMO PvP or seething. Yeah, most of them that I've seen, like a lot of the, I think like classic WoW is a good example. Like if you ever watch a classic WoW Andy play another video game, it's like watching a pigeon try to figure out the alphabet. Experience isn't valid in WoW Arenas. Takes plenty of skill and time. You're right. And these people aren't playing WoW Arenas. They want to force other people into an unfair environment. And my solution is actually to add New World Arenas. Yeah. Hasn't responded. I have no idea. Let me see. I see your point, just don't see mechanics translating too much. Well, they don't. But these people are not good players to begin with. That's what I was saying. Like, I mean, as I said, watch any classic Andy. Like watch one of these guys that just got. Another good example of this is watch how many Grand Marshals do you think are slumming around in 1500 rating right now in Burning Crusade? Yeah. Think about that. A lot of them. All of them. Many of them. It's because, dude missed the point entirely. Yeah. Because they can't get better. Isn't that why people make Smurf accounts to go against low levels? Yeah. Grand Marshal means nothing, though. I mean, it's the highest accomplishment that you can get in PvP and vanilla WoW. What do you think about single stat on gear now? It's not single stat, it's single perk, and I think it's probably a good idea. Now we're gonna assert the point of smurfing. Why smurf whenever you can improve your main? Because it's harder to improve your main than just go in and beat people that just started the game. Like, it's pretty obvious. Shared my GM account with 4 other people, no skill involved. Smart guy. Yeah, all I'm saying is that there's a lot of people who they want to force players that don't want to PvP into PvP because they want an unfair advantage. They want to play against somebody who doesn't have access to the same resources or doesn't want to do something. And they say, well, you don't want to do it. Well, I want the game to make you want to do it, so I get a chance to kill you. That's just, to me, it's just so cringe. So, WoW? No, not... Oh. Have you played WoW? No? Oh, good, good, good. No way they've implemented PvP scaling from the closed beta where everyone wasn't even playing field. As I said before, I think that like it's always a balancing act, right? Where like, for example, this is always what I said they should do with the PvP scaling, is that they should have like brackets, right? Where like you have like a bracket of people from like level 20 to level 40 and level 40 to like level 50 and level 40, like 50 to 60 and then level 60 or whatever. And then everybody inside of that bracket window has basically the same stats. I think that like having ultimate scaling where like a level 15 converts to level 60, I think that it's like really easily exploitable. And it was a lot in the beta. And that's one of the big reasons why I wasn't really a big fan of it. But I didn't really care about it a whole lot. Warp feels different. Spontaneous aspect to it makes it exciting. Yeah, and like that's the thing, right? Is like the spontaneousness of it and like the excitement of it is good. I think that's great, but it's not something that I would necessarily force on people. Yeah, that's it. Online stuff, I want everybody to have to PvP, whether they want to or not, no matter what. Exactly why Crowfall failed. Yeah, most games that are like that fail. Like the unclaimable zones have forts that allow for small benefits, but are always open without wars. I'm not really sure. I'd have to really think about that. Travel wagon? Stop spamming that, it's annoying. What's wrong with target? Become the target, don't want to suck it up and just quit as well? No, the solution, here's what I think they should do for PvP. Fix Outpost Rush. Let people who are below level 60 participate in Outpost Rush in different brackets, the same as WoW has, and then equalize the people inside of those brackets. Then, on top of that, give people an arena. An actual arena that you can compete against other people with. Like, you queue into an arena, and you can fight against somebody else. Like another group of like a 5v5 or 10v10 or 3v3 team. And you go and you fight against another 3v3 or 5v5 or 10v10 team. In group duel? I don't know if you can or not. Reusing this game would be so good. Yeah, I think that'd be awesome. Can you just organize 5v5 events yourself? Yeah, but you could have organized pre-made BGs, but that still doesn't mean that they shouldn't have made RBGs, right? Make PvP so much better. Yeah, exactly. What about incentivizing open world PvP to some aspects so it's not dead? How to incentivize open world PvP? Upgrade the XP gain? No, that's not a good solution. Because then it just like... That's a bad solution. I don't like the XP gain increase. Because if you increase the XP gain, all you're doing is giving it to low-level players. And like what happens whenever you hit 60? There's like no reason to do it. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. Maybe add like different control points that you can do inside of the different zones as PvPers, and it gives you boxes and rewards. Kind of like just ongoing things, almost like a like Ashran or something like that. But not like Ashran. Kind of like the forts. Yeah, like corruptions in a way. Yeah. Like you have to go to a certain area and kill like 10 people in the area, and if you do that, you get a box or something like that. Azoth per kill. Yeah, there's a lot of ways they could do it. Will be exploited like an Age of Conan. You just ban the people that are exploiting. Problem solved. This will fine. Get your loot. What's this? What is this? Why not just walk in the front door? I don't see the problem. Just walk in the front door, bro. Why? What's he gonna do? Fuck him. Front door, 1,000 mobs chasing you? Just get on the wall. They'll despawn. Areas to add conflict on revamping PvP quests would be dope. Yeah, PvP quests could probably be a little bit more interesting. I'd like if person cheats, what do we do? Just ban them? Yeah. You have to have some degree of customer service. Oh, he went aggroed. Ooh, he's getting fucked up. Wait, why is that guy not aggroing? What the fuck? What the fuck? He didn't aggro at all. Oh my god. Fucking love this game. Ignore the haters. Get the moods before it's fixed. I don't even need to do that. You just go in there with a group anyway. It's not a big deal. Offensive name ban. Alright, this is the last one I want to look at, then I'm done. What's his name? Wait, where did he say his, what was his, where did he say what his name was? What was your name? Lickitung? Yeah, that's stupid. That's not, yeah, that's not offensive. It's a Pokemon. Like, it's, like, obviously he's like, oh, you just happen to name yourself after the Pokemon that's like a very possible sexual reference, yeah. Read top comment. What does it say? Personal favorite is a guy in mine. Started out as 1-inch dong. Now each time he has to change his name, he adds an inch. 15-inch dong. Okay, alright. I gotta go to bed, guys. I'll see y'all later. That's really good. Spook was banned too. Yeah, I think that's like a racial thing for black people or something, I think. But it has like multiple other uses. So I wouldn't really take that. Like, I don't think they should ban for that either. It's really racist. Yeah, but like spook also means like a FBI agent or like a undercover agent or something like that. I think that like whenever you want to use a term that's like that can be used racially, the word itself is not fundamentally racist, you know? Spook, like a ghost. Yeah, there's a lot of other words for it. CIA agent means many things. Yeah, exactly. The reason why I didn't say getting scared is because getting scared is not a noun. It's not referred to in a noun word. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later. Peace.